You need an attitude adjustment. Deputy Laura, could you do me a favor? Could you place the handcuffs on him, please? He has shown zero to very minimal effort regarding his probation. The report tells me you are doing nothing. Zero. Nada. You're looking at doing 10 years in prison. All right. Do you want to go to prison? How old are you?
20 years old.
All right. You're 20. You're going to have to start doing better. Do you have children?
Yes, Your Honor.
This entitled 20-year-old is back in court after treating probation like it was completely optional. He had already been sentenced on drug charges involving cocaine and marijuana, but instead of taking the opportunity seriously, he simply ignored the conditions placed on him. And the crazy part is that he's only 20 years old and already building a pattern that could seriously damage his future. This isn't just one bad decision anymore. It's repeated behavior. And if he keeps going down this road, the consequences could eventually mean significant prison time. Tiomi. It also raises questions about what happens when someone grows up without facing real consequences. If he's always been allowed to get away with things, it's easy to see how he might start believing the court's rules are just suggestions. It's honestly frustrating, because these are years he could be using to build a completely different future. Do you think his situation is mainly his own responsibility, or did the people around him fail to hold him accountable? Let's get into it.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Good, and you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Why do you think you're here?
For a compliance hearing for coming out positive.
All right. And what else?
That should be it.
Well, let me just tell you the report I'm receiving on you. This is what the probation officer is saying to me about you. And how old are you?
20.
All right, you're 20. Since obtaining the probationer's case, when they say probationer, they're talking about you. He has shown zero to very minimal effort regarding his probation. The probationer has had issues reporting on time, reporting for field visits, testing positive for cocaine and meth, and enrolling or providing proof of employment for any remaining court-ordered programs. The probationer and I have had several discussions regarding his actions and how or what we can do to get back on track, really stressing the small actions, such as simply calling this probation officer within 24 hours after an attempted field visit or taking accountability for his action. The probationer appears to continue to struggle to grasp the severity of his circumstances and what he can do to grow and move forward with his life and the lessons he can learn on his probation path. That's the report that I have on you. The report tells me you are doing nothing. Zero. Nada. Why are you doing nothing on this probation in this court other than using drugs?
I have attended 2 out of the 4 classes, and we have had.
No, they say you don't even call in.
Probably when they come for a field visit.
Yeah, they say you're not doing the simplest of things. And what I can tell you is you've had 3 motions to revoke in this court. So, and I know that each time you came before me, I've told you that you're looking at up to 10 years in the prison. Deputy Laura, could you do me a favor? Could you place the handcuffs on him, please? Each time you come before me, I know I've told you you're looking at doing 10 years in prison. Obviously, your mother is not laying down the law with you at home. They say that you keep saying that you work with your mom, but you don't provide any proof. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to allow you to work with your mom because I don't know if your mom is actually having you work with her. So you're going to ISF. And the reason why I'm sending you to ISF is because you need an attitude adjustment. You understand? Now, if you don't want to sign to go to ISF, you don't have to sign for it. What will end up happening is a motion to revoke will be filed. So which would you prefer?
ISF, Your Honor.
All right. So he wants to go to ISF, and if you could put him in ISF cognitive.
Your Honor, so we, the recommendation was for local ISF.
Okay.
He did complete the state ISF.
Okay.
are you?
Well,
wanted to
if
go
the
ahead and go with
recommendation
the
is local, we can go with the local.
Okay.
Has he been drug tested?
He's on a drug patch, Your Honor.
All right. All right. So you're going to go to local ISF. This is the last time we're going to have this conversation with you following rules. Obviously, your mom is not laying down the law with you. So you're not going to be allowed to work with your mom. You're going to have to get a job with a different employer, because if you get a job with a different employer, that employer, if you don't report, they're not going to pay you. They're not going to call the court and say, oh, yeah, he reported for work if you did not. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you want to go to prison?
No, Your Honor.
All right. If you want to go to prison, I will get an attorney appointed to you and you can go to prison and I'll send you to prison. How old are you?
20 years old.
All right. You're 20. You're going to have to start doing better. Do you have children?
No.
That's a good thing. Probation, this is serious. And I hope I'm getting your attention, because we're not going to have a conversation again where you're not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, is there anything else you need to be successful on this probation?
No, it shouldn't be.
All right. Do not come back here again where you are not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I keep an open mind on everything, but we are not going to have any more compliance hearings with you. If I get a report and it appears that everything is in order, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. When a motion to revoke is filed, what ends up happening is a warrant is issued for your arrest, and you will be picked up wherever you may be. You could be at the grocery store in the middle of checking out or have already checked out. You know what's going to happen? Those groceries are going to be put to the side and they're going to take you to jail. If you are at home, they're going to pick you up and take you to jail. If you're in the middle of watching a movie and you're at the part where they're about to solve everything, guess what? If they pick you up during that time, you're going to miss what happens. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In this court, probation is serious. In this court, communication is key. And probation officers know that I like for them to communicate with people. And that's why they put in here that they've had several discussions with you regarding your actions. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
The judge is sending this young man to an intermediate sanctions facility, or ISF, which is a short-term placement in Texas designed for certain supervision or probation violators. It's not exactly freedom, but it's also an opportunity to avoid going straight to prison. Think of it as a structured intervention where someone can receive counseling, programs, and supervision while being held in a secure facility. Some people would consider that a pretty significant second chance. But the bigger question is whether this defendant is actually going to use it. He's already demonstrated that probation hasn't changed his behavior, and sitting there seemingly unfazed by the situation doesn't exactly inspire confidence. This is precisely why courts sometimes use programs like ISF as a wake-up call. The goal is to give someone one more opportunity to correct their behavior before the consequences become much more severe. But that opportunity only matters if the person actually takes it seriously. If he continues treating probation like it's optional, he could burn through this chance too and eventually find himself facing a much longer prison sentence. And watching him sit there as though none of this is particularly serious makes me wonder whether he's actually learned anything at all. But let's move on to the next case, because we're dealing with a mother who's about to receive her own serious reality check.
Are you Celine Briard?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Briard.
Briard? Oh, I was doing great. All right. So how many children do you have? All right, excuse me. In this area, you all are blocking probation. She cannot hear, she cannot see.
I have 3 children. I'm expecting.
All right. How old are your 3 other children?
They're 2, 3, and 5 months.
And where are they?
They're with their grandmother.
So how long have they been with their grandmother?
A couple of months, Judge.
Why?
I just had some things going on. I thought it was best for my mother-in-law has custody of my kids right now.
Why does she have custody?
Oh, because I had
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to speak
I
up.
had a CPS case going on because of my son had got out of the apartment when everybody was sleeping early in the morning, and so
Is this the 5-month-old?
no, ma'am. They're 2, 3-year-old.
Okay. So you have a CPS case.
Yes, ma'am. It's currently about to be closed.
Oh, it's about to be closed?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means if it's about to be closed, that means, and your attorney does CPS work, right? So tell her what that means, counselor.
Judge, what happened was it turned out to be a safety plan, an investigation in which I met the safety placement and she verified everything.
So,
If everything pans out, she knows it will be closed. If not, it could go legal. But
and the reason why they do the safety plans means exactly what it says, safety plan.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's your drug of choice?
I mean, I don't do any drugs right now, but I was using methamphetamines, but I've been sober for quite a while now.
All right. How often were you using meth?
Like maybe every week, every other week. It just depends.
When's the last time you used meth?
Like 4 months.
All right. So that's probably why CPS was involved. When's the last time you had employment?
I was right before I was arrested.
Doing what?
I was doing home health care and working for a hotel at the front desk.
All right. I can tell you right now, I don't allow people on probation here to be home health care providers.
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
To the 8th grade.
See, and this is nothing about you, but this is my problem with home health care providers. Home health care providing is turning into West telemarketing. They don't do background checks. They're just letting anybody come in. And maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but they're looking at the bottom line, the dollar line. So I'm being told that they're letting somebody with an 8th grade education who has meth issues, who has 3 children that she doesn't even have custody for them, work as a home health care provider. Thank you, home health care provider people. So that is why I don't let people work as home health care provider. Now, maybe once you get your life together, maybe that will be a good fit for you, but I'm not going to allow that.
Yes, I understand.
So why do you only have your 8th grade education?
I just never furthered my education, but I am in, actually just before I got arrested, got some GD books from the library, so I am trying to pursue my GD.
Okay. So what are you planning on doing with your rest of your life? What are your hopes, your dreams?
Well, after I get my GD, I want to be a cosmetologist. So.
Okay. Hey, that's doable. But I will tell you this, anything that requires a license, when you have convictions, before you start spending all that money to do it, you need to find out from the state, wherever you're going to be licensed, if that's going to be a hindrance to you.
Yes,
Not saying that it will stop you, but it may cause complications.
yes,
All right, counsel, is there anything else?
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years.
This next case isn't quite as intense when it comes to sentencing, but there's still plenty to be concerned about, especially with the drug charges and the CPS investigation hanging over the situation. She tries to explain that CPS became involved because her child got outside the house, but the bigger issue appears to be the alleged drug use, particularly when children are involved. If she's genuinely managed to stay clean and is telling the truth about making changes, then probation could potentially give her an opportunity to prove that she's capable of turning things around. But probation comes with strict conditions, and one serious violation could put that opportunity at risk. That's the reality she's facing. The court is essentially giving her a chance to demonstrate that she can make better choices, but that chance comes with consequences if she fails, and that's what makes this difficult to watch. When children are involved, they're often the ones who suffer the most when a parent falls back into the same destructive behavior. So what do you think? Was probation a fair deal in this case? Or should the court have taken a tougher approach?
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Judge, she'd like to know how much longer or how long she would be waiting for that tax evaluation since you ordered it in custody.
Yes.
Up to 2 weeks.
Up to 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So here's the thing. Those 3 children, those are your children. It's not the grandparents' child. The grandparents are just supposed to be grandparents to children. They're not supposed to be raising more children, which is raising your children. You cannot have children and then tell them to go to Travis Park and say, you're on your own. And there is no reason a child should be able to get out of your house and you not know about it, and they're that age. So many things could have happened to your child when they got out of the house. Could have been hit by a car. And guess what? People can't see children that age because they're tiny and they're small. Somebody could have picked them up. And guess what? There's a reason we have indecency with a child cases in this court. Anything could have happened to your child. And when you're using drugs and you're pregnant, whatever you're using, your child is using too. So if you don't think a baby should be smoking a cigarette, you shouldn't be smoking a cigarette, because guess what? When you're carrying a child and you're smoking a cigarette, your babies are smoking a cigarette. If you don't think a child should be doing alcohol, when you're drinking alcohol, your baby's drinking alcohol. You're going to have to start making better choices. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
But there was one moment that really stood out. When the judge brought up her child getting out of the house, she appeared to smile and laugh. Personally, I found that difficult to understand. There's nothing funny about a child getting outside unattended, especially when the case also involves allegations of drug use. Leaving a child unattended is already a serious concern, but if a parent is impaired at the same time, the potential danger becomes even greater. Parenting requires responsibility and awareness, and substance abuse can make both of those things much harder. If she's serious about changing her life and protecting her child, then this probation opportunity could be a chance to prove it. Judge Boyd has given her that opportunity, but ultimately, what happens next is up to her. We'll have to see whether she takes the opportunity seriously and follows through the conditions placed on her. What do you guys think about Judge Boyd's ruling? Was probation the right decision, or should the court have been tougher? Let me know in the comments.